Hello. Not me coughing. So my phone's charging, that's why I'm a little bit more elevated, but I'm gonna use my deck that I made by myself like a few years ago to do this spectacular reading for you. Hold on, give me a second. You know I kind of hate that, so I'm just gonna do this. Give me a second, y'all. That's a little better. Okay. But hi. Okay. Give me some. Okay. I hide my emotions and feelings. So this is part 4 of the other reading that I was doing. All of this is on YouTube, so if you want to subscribe to my YouTube, I'm pretty sure it's in the link tree. But let's see what's up. I hide my feelings and emotions. So this person hid their emotions. Sorry, I'm like coughing up a lung. Anyway, I want to give up Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. Okay, so maybe like they were wanting to give up on the connection before it even like got momentum. They got scared, bro. December. Okay, so December must have been a time where maybe they were born in April and you were born in December. And you felt like you guys were a good match. Maybe like astrologically, you're an Aries, or they're an Aries and you're a Sag, or they're a Sag, or they're a Taurus and you're a Scorpio, or you're a Scorpio and they're a Sagittarius, or they're, like the combinations. If they're a Taurus, I was going to say Pisces, but if you're a Taurus, they're a Sag, or you're a Sag, they're a Taurus, all the combos. So around that time, so I'm getting Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aries for this energy. So maybe like that's their sign, or they have that in their chart. So I do feel like you saw potential marriage with this person. I don't know exactly when you guys met, but you guys might have met in April or like late in the year, or like the middle to the beginning of the year. So it could have been this. What else does this person need to know about their connection? Sorry, my burping. I just had Taco Bell. Nobody has ever made me feel the way that you do. Okay, so it could have been they were feeling so many things that you made them kind of like, you kind of kept them on their toes, on their feet. I feel like you made them nervous. Like you were very like eccentric, very like intense. And you almost scared them a little bit. You scared them a little bit for sure. Okay, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, so maybe they were a little bit nice and beat around the bush because they didn't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, so the beach could be significant. Maybe you guys like, maybe you guys like went out on the beach, or you guys had plans to do it. Or they liked the beach, or they got married on the beach, or whatever. And then I feel like giving up came up again. I feel like giving up and I want to give up. So this person felt like giving up. Okay, I feel like you felt like giving up and they wanted to give up. So I feel like they gave up and you eventually gave up as well. I don't miss you. You're missing from me. So you feel kind of an emptiness when it comes to this person. Very interesting, because I feel... Sorry, I have to pause that. Because I feel like, regardless of what you guys experienced, this person still holds a very special place in your heart, but you're kind of mad about that. You're mad that this person still affects you, at least a little bit. Not as much as they used to, but still like enough for you to go lurking on their social media. Since you left, I have not been the same, and I feel like this is for both of you. They changed chemically, and you also haven't been the same since they left. Let's see one more. I'm stuck, I can't leave. So they made a prior commitment to somebody before they met you or after they met you, and now it feels like they It could have even been an arranged marriage. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like there was some prior commitment. before you guys met or after you guys met, and it kind of like made things really difficult for them. I also feel like if it wasn't an arranged marriage, I feel like this person already had prior intentions, but because you were so, I don't know, intense, you caught them off guard, you caught them by surprise, but they were just trying to mess around. I'm gonna be honest with you. They were trying to mess around, and now they're kind of stuck. Okay, and they got stuck in the loop between you and this person. Like, they kind of got stuck in that, in your energy. And I feel like they were stuck for a while, and they couldn't leave. They liked your presence, but they didn't want to show up the way that you wanted them to show up. So they stuck around, but you kind of ghosted them because you're like, you were like, you know what? Like, if you're not gonna give me what I want, why are you gonna stick around? That's just kind of stupid. It's kind of silly. And I feel like that's kind of the gist of it. Let me see. I was on my high horse. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like maybe they thought they were too good for you. Or you thought they were perfect for you, but they felt like you weren't enough for them. At least you didn't have the qualities that they were looking for, which means in their head you weren't enough, but somehow they still had really strong feelings for you, and they didn't know why, so they didn't really express it because they didn't know how to. So this would be like part 4. But yeah, have you on my mind. I'm stuck, I can't leave. Marriage, love, laugh, December, Christmas. I don't miss you, you're missing from me. It's all these things that this person tells themselves. You make them feel some type of way that nobody has before, but they gave up. They didn't want to hurt you or hurt themselves, so they hid their emotions. And yeah, I mean, I feel like you saw them as an ideal partner, but things got in the way and it didn't come to fruition. So it didn't really become the connection that either of you guys wanted. So that's kind of what I'm feeling. So let me know if that resonates.